Hello everybody, Viewstan here. I hope you guys are doing well, having a great day or a great night. And before jumping to the charts, don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe as well. We are exchanging here, okay? And let's jump into the charts. Okay, so the title for this video is Bull Break Against a Bear Break on Crypto Market, or especially at Bitcoin and many other coins and tokens. And what we are going to look today is, do we have any proper evidence for such claims? Or they are only based on guessworks and just random opinions? Okay, because I can see in the few days a lot of people talking about new lows, how Bitcoin is going to bear break, how crypto is going to bear break, how we are going to see uh, new lows. You know, it's just off the charts. Okay, and a lot of people were asking me if these scenarios are true or not, or what can be done, what's happening. And so what we are going to do, we are going to check other markets before talking about total market cap, which is the whole crypto market. And then we go take a look on total 2. And then finally we will go to Bitcoin. Okay, but this is not only about Bitcoin, it's about the whole crypto market. Okay, so we are going to look for evidence for such claims. And for example, they always like to talk about or mention scenarios like this one here. And so they talk about patterns, but most of times they are wrong. They make wrong calls, and they don't address, they don't respect the nature of the moves. They don't, because when we call for the, for example, a bear break in a bullish pennant, you know, it's wrong. It's not. They don't have proper evidence for such claims. So it's very easy to come up and show, oh, this is going to happen because of this, because of that, but they don't show the numbers. They don't explain. They don't watch the behavior. They don't address the key levels. And so this is one of the reasons, 92%. Again, folks, this is no joke. 80% out there are right and making profits, and 92% out there are wrong and losing money. And there is a specific reasons for these things to be happening day after day. Because these people, they can't read, they can't understand the charts. And if you ask me, if people start to ask them this question, what is your occupation? This is the question that should be made to those people. Okay, because it's very easy to don't trade, don't invest, don't know anything about technical analysis, but you know, being popular on Twitter, being popular on YouTube, and being calling for anything straight from, you know, the void. So first, let's take a look on gold. Okay, and why gold? Back in the day, you guys can check on in the Google. One analysis that Tony Weiss made for gold, and he said that we were about to see new lows. In other words, that we were going to have lower lows, a bear break, okay? And why he was miserably wrong? Why? Because most of times he's wrong. He doesn't have a clue of the things that he talks about. Okay, so let's take a look here. This is the weekly chart for gold. And so the bigger picture, we had a strong run, then we had a 65% more or less half retrace, And this scenario right here, let's use straight lines. Let's make this clear. Let's respect the charts, shall we? Okay, so this is accurate. Just 1 second. Hold on. Yes. So, folks, this structure right here for gold. Again, remember, this was the bottom for gold, right? Let's take another look. Lower low, lower low, low low, low low, lower low, lower low again. Okay? And right after, what we end up with? Higher low, higher low, higher low, bull break. Okay? And this scenario right here, believe or not, that's where these people were calling for new lows. So what they were was expecting and calling for without any evidence, I mean technical evidence, not our opinion, but what is in the charts, okay? They were calling for this. Something like this, okay? So a double bottom or even, just a second. So they were calling for a double bottom followed by a new low. In other words, a bear break from this structure right here, which didn't come. And what happened with them? Well, they were wrong again. Again, because they don't know how to address patterns, they don't know how to read, how to trade. So, and people were waiting for a range that didn't come ever. And so, guys, this is a bullish continuation structure, okay? There is a specific method to trade this kind of structure. Top traders made it back in the day. I didn't trade it, gold around this time. I was trading only crypto. And so, folks, what we end up with, take a look here. A 40% move up from gold, a straight bull break, okay? And if we look at volume, it's not accurate, 100% accurate for gold, but the thing is, this is also another problem, okay? Which doesn't follow evidence but only guessworks. Some people will draw patterns and call for bear breaks because we have low trading volume. And this is not correct because we know before major moves up and before major moves down, the volume will start to fade. Fade, 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 and then bang, bang. As you guys can see here. Very, very clear. And this is nothing new in trade or investment, in charts reading, technical analysis. This is nothing new. This happens day after day, and these people still can't understand it. Okay. So now let's take a closer look on the. So I believe it's clear here what happened. Okay, and what they were calling for. Now let's take a look on silver. Silver didn't had a bull break yet. Let's take a look first on the monthly. Okay, so silver, it's almost in the same scenario that gold was back in the day. Okay, because for example here, this is the beginning of the structure that are going to lead for a bull break. And despite this this breach here, didn't change the nature of the bigger picture for silver, okay? Didn't. And I remember, this was a few months ago, I remember folks calling for what? New lows. And and what was the range for their new lows? Believe or not, $90. Yes. So after this move here, they said, well, we are going up a little and then we are going down. Wrong again. And another interesting thing is this, folks. Every time we are going up, they call for moon. Every time we are going down, they call for doom. They never, ever are in between. Never, never. It's always the extremes. And I don't even can understand why they make such claims. It's off the charts because again they don't have any evidence for such. None, zero. And so silver, for example, despite, like I said, despite the bear break, okay, so this structure right here doesn't belong to this one right here, okay? So any draw like this is not valid, okay? Because they even can say this is a descending channel which is not, okay? This is a single structure, this is a single structure, and this is the outcome of the previous structure, okay? So can't be mixed, can be read together. And so let's go. Despite the bear break we had for silver, let's take a closer look here to see what we have. So this scenario here, we had this. Let me zoom here for you guys to see. As you guys can see, we had attempts to defend the higher low here, but due to the event that we know, we had the bear break, right? We had a breach. And for looking for evidence, we can say, okay, it's bad to have a straight bear break in the middle of the pattern. Yes, it is. But as you guys can see, we almost made 100% comeback to where we were before. So this is very bullish. Okay, very, very bullish. And so for this example, I'm not going to say that was not bad. I'm not going to say because we have technical evidence saying this is bad. Okay, but now I'm going to share my opinion. Okay, followed by gold, palladium, and etc. Also platinum, and also the whole risk assets out there. Okay, because we know they are behaving in a bullish way against the dollar, and not only against the dollar but also against the stocks. So as you guys can see, even if we draw something like this is nothing. Okay, there is nothing here. This is not accurate. And so what we have to do for silver, we have to watch to see if they will be able to make a 100% comeback, which is at this point I believe it's likely, but we still need that healthy lower high as always, even compared with the previous one, this previous level here. Okay, because if we take one from the other, the red and the green, we can expect something like this. Okay, and now let's take a look in another example that people were calling for new lows again and again, and we end up with what? A straight bull break. Yes, folks, again. Yes, right here. So for you guys to see, let's make a draw here just to address the level. Let's go for the weekly. Okay, so back in the day, here inside this circle, people were calling for what? Bear break, new low, and etc. Just a second. Okay, let's go. So they were calling for bear break, new lows. Now let's take a closer look. And what we are doing here, we are looking at the behavior of the same pattern, or in other words, the same bullish behavior. Okay. Back in the day, we traded this scenario here. It was around October, yes, before November. And I also was calling for, we also had the targets. All the targets were hit. I already shared all the charts. So, second. Okay, so this is accurate. Let's go for the other one. Yes. So folks, again, the same kind of structure, which the same nature, bullish pattern. Bullish patterns don't end up with bear breaks. Bearish patterns don't end up with bull breaks. Okay, this is like a law. And so, right here, what they were calling for back in the day, bear break, new lows. What happened? Higher high, higher low, bull break. So wrong again. And let's take a closer look here for the numbers. 26,000, 29,000. That's 3,000 plus move above. So a lot of points, a lot. And yes, so folks, this is just another example of the same thing that we keep talking about over and over and over, and I don't know why people freak out. I can understand it, because it's like let's say dud X calls for new low. Okay, there is no problem to call for new lows. The problem is when people are calling for such things, their opinion has to be based on top of something, right? It can show up from nowhere. Yes? And so when they don't have any evidence, why they do this? And there is only two reasons. Or they are misleading people by in purpose, or they don't know, they don't have any idea what they are doing. So that's the only two possible scenarios for this. There is no other option. There is no other way. Let's take a look now on palladium. Just a second. We had a perfect setup. Let me see where it was. Just one more second. There's a long time since I don't look at palladium. So it was right here. Let's take a look on the 4 hours. Where you are. Oh, so here. Let's take a closer look. Just a moment, please. Almost there. Yes. So this is another example of bullish patterns giving bullish breakouts. Okay, nothing new. I don't remember nobody calling for new lows here on Palladium. I'm just showing you the same kind of structure and nature and outcome that we are having all along many assets out there. Okay, bullish pattern, bullish outcome. No new lows, no breach, no bear break, no nothing. Okay, and remember, folks, the only one in the bigger picture that I remember for now, okay, is gold. And I'm going to show you again so you can understand what's happening with Bitcoin. And this is not only about Bitcoin, okay? It's also about the risky assets. So it's crystal clear here on the weekly chart for gold, okay? The pattern and the outcome. So in the weekly chart, it's very strong. In the monthly chart, it's even more strong. On the daily chart, it is strong. On the 4 hour chart, it is strong. But nothing compares with the monthly and the weekly charts. Nothing. They are very powerful. Okay? And now let's take a look on what? Bitcoin. Yes, it's even here. I was working on it yesterday. So let's start from the beginning and let's look for evidence, not only words. So what do we have for Bitcoin bottom? Let's draw again. We had the first low that was back in December 18. Okay, no news, nothing special. Okay, let's go. Then the second one, the second sell-off was on March, by the beginning of March, followed by that event that we can mention. And so here people were calling for 500, 1000, 2000. All wrong again. Here people were calling for what? New lows, bear break, 500, crypto is going to die, etc., etc. All wrong again. And another thing here, why we didn't had a double bottom or even a new low? Why? They never talk about why. They never show the targets and the behavior. They never explain such things. Never. And it just blows my mind. But okay. And so now, what they are calling for? New lows. And so by calling for new lows, we can expect something like this, because this should be the first new low, right? A new low compared with this one right here. And it's even possible, I don't know what they are thinking, it could be a even new low compared with the previous one. So this is what they're saying. Now, what's the evidence that they have to call for new lows? Well, they don't have any. Because this, folks, what we have here, it's a straight and big bullish pattern, okay? There's a lot of people there who are emotional, okay? Some hate Bitcoin. They are going to say, well, I don't care, Bitcoin is going to zero. And these people will be most of the times wrong because they're not staying with the fundamentals, with evidence. It's all based on feelings and emotions. That's the Racket Wagon Club. I'm not going to link this one here yet because the pivot here is not set yet, okay? So it's just a speculation. But for the sake of the example of everything that we are having so far, again, low, higher low, and this higher low, it's a higher low by a specific reason, because the crypto sphere is bullish, is not bearish, okay? And I think these people can understand. Just a second, let's make this, okay, so again, I showed you this back in the day. I'm going to show again. So, for this example here, let's bring, so this guy here. So here it's a bearish pennant or a bearish symmetrical triangle, right? Which give us, so it's not, I don't have it on this example here. Just give me a second, let me see if I have it here, a more complete one. Just one moment, please. I believe I have it. Oh, here it is. Let's make this one bigger. Yes. So, as you guys can see here, so this should be what? A bearish symmetrical triangle, which should end in a bear break, right? If this was the scenario, yes, yes. Now let's take a look in the other scenario, in the bullish one, which is the one that we have evidence for such, right? Yes. Let's take a look. Let's see what we have here. It amazes me. They are always look for these scenarios here. They try to compare, they try to talk about it, but they are always wrong. Bullish pennant. If this is the scenario for a bullish pennant, can be a bullish symmetrical triangle, and in what? In bull break, not in bear break, right? So again, if this was the scenario, if and if only, we would have technical evidence to call for new lows. But are we going to bearish evidence in a bullish scenario? No, not at all. It's like looking at water and saying it is oil. Okay, so doesn't make any sense. It's nonsense. Just a second. Oh, sorry. So folks, I don't even know how people can trust this kind of idea, this kind of content. It's like people who have no idea what's happening and they are relying on people who also have no idea. That's why they end up in the wrong place, in the wrong side of the trade, in the market, and etc. And now let's take a look on total chart, which is total market cap for crypto. And this is basically a Bitcoin chart, okay? And folks, it's again the same scenario, the same. And this is a bullish scenario, okay? Another thing that amazes me, it's their lack of a capacity to read or to understand a trend, because they are always drawing lines, you know, line is here, line is there, and they can read the trend. So that's the first thing that someone talking about charts, technical analysis, targets, and etc. should be able to do. Identify the trend. That's the first thing. First. And they can do a simple thing. So folks, very easy to read. That's a straight bullish trend, okay? And again, this is a bullish continuation structure that is going to end in a bull break, okay? Unless something like proof of work is banned from the United, I mean, how can I say? It's like some regulations based on the Green Deal, and Bitcoin can't be mined nowhere. If this happens, but it's off chart event, okay, can't be measured here now. And so, and another thing here, let's take a look for because they're saying that basically this is going to end up with a bear break, right? So we have two possible scenarios here that we already take a look, but let's draw this one just for the example. Excuse me. So the first one for the double bottom doesn't follow the nature of the pattern. Okay, so zero evidence, none, zero, nothing. And a new low, it's again not correlated with the behavior of the bigger picture, the pattern that we have. So we have a bullish pattern that suggests what? Higher lows and bull break. So this is the technical evidence that we are having for now. But they are saying this one here is going to bear break. And again, there is no evidence for such, not even for the double bottom or even for a new low. Zero evidence, nothing, zero. And now let's take a look on an interesting things here. Volume. Yes, volume. Because we know what we know by a matter of fact. Bull markets and new highs, they need what? Increasing volume. So this is law, this is a fact. And what we have here? We have raising and increasing volume, right? This is a fact. Don't take my word for it. And excuse me. So some people may say, well, we are going down. There is no volume. The bulls are gone, and we are at the top right now. You know, this is bad. We are going down. Folks, that's not how it works. Remember another thing. Let me bring the patterns picture again. Just 1 second. Here it is. Okay. So remember, and don't take my word for it. Okay? Do your research. Every single one of these patterns, every single one, not all the time, but 90% plus of the times, by the end of the pattern, by the very end, the volume fades, the volume goes away. And why? This is a natural behavior of bullish and bearish breakouts. Okay? Again, you can check many charts out there. You can check for the volume. For example, let's get back to gold just for a second. I'll be quick here, just for you guys to see again. This was the bull break for gold. This is the end of the pattern. What we did had here back in the day, almost no volume, very low volume. Bull break, bullish pattern. Folks, there is nothing new out there. Nothing. There is nothing new. It's the same thing happening over and over and over. And the same kind of people always in the wrong side of the analysis, on the trade, and on the market. And so this is clear. This is a bullish continuation pattern for the whole crypto market. This is not only for Bitcoin, okay? And we also have increasing volume, which is all the way bullish. And like I said, what I am expecting based on this evidence, I'm expecting a bull break from a bullish pattern. Nothing new. So, like I talked before in previous videos, and also in my analysis on Twitter as well, we are expecting a move down, not aggressive, but can be, depending on the C19 narrative for the markets. And so, it can be a small move followed by some, I forget the word, sorry, it's consolidation. Yes, consolidation before the straight bull break, and we know it's going to be very, very aggressive. And so this can be a small move down. We have targets for it, or it can be even a aggressive one that will still give us the higher low, followed by another consolidation and a straight bull break. Okay, this is what we can expect for bullish patterns. I'm just following the behavior. Okay, so why I would call for a new low if there is no evidence for it? Doesn't make any sense. Okay, folks, so this is my 50 cents. You guys know I don't like to share my opinion, okay? Because believe it or not, people today hate others' opinion. And I'm just showing some facts, okay? And there is another thing here. Second, let's go for a double here. And here we are going to bring silver. Just one moment, please. Let me find the pattern here. Okay. Now let's go here for 3 days as well. So folks, what I want to show you here, it's how similar the total two stands for the altcoins, okay? Everything that's not related to Bitcoin. And the one leading, it's Ethereum. Okay, so this chart for total 2 is basically Ethereum chart. Okay? And now let's take a look on the behavior here. We had the first bottom, a straight run up, which gave us what? A higher low compared with the one in between. And then what we had? A higher low, followed by a lower high, which is what? A bullish behavior. Then we had what? A bear break followed by the C19 event. And right now what we have? A lower high compared with the previous one. Okay, so here we have like 1% or 2% maybe chances for a bear break. Okay, but again, if we look at the fundamentalistic side of the altcoins market cap, also for especially for Ethereum and also for silver, we know that the evidence and the numbers that we have, just a second, please. Yes, sorry. So we know that the evidence and the numbers we have out there, they are not compatible with bear break new lows. Okay, so it's the same scenario over and over and over again. Okay, so it doesn't make sense to watch for bear breaks that are not going to happen. Doesn't make any sense. It's like waiting for the winter at the summer. It's not going to come because we need the autumn first. So folks, again, and so far this is for the total 2, and it's not bearish at all, not at all. Let's take a look on the weekly as well. And the question that we have to make for ourselves, is this a bearish scenario? Do we have new lows and lower highs? No, we don't. We don't, because in order to have a bearish scenario here, we need what? Lower highs and higher lows. Lower highs, lower high, lower low, lower highs and lower lows. It would be something like this. So this is a scenario to call for new lows, but we have it? No, we don't have it. We don't have it at all. And in the other hand, what we have? A uptrend, healthy retrace before what? Bullish continuation. That's the nature of the whole move behind the market trend. And also, if we look down here, what we have here? Increasing bullish volume. And then in the last leg, in the last wave, we have what? Decreasing volume, which also stands for both sides, for the buyers and for the sellers. So this, folks, is the last moment before the big day. Okay? Don't take my word for it. Do your research, check your charts. You can do by yourself, and you will find out what is happening. Okay, so this is a long video. It should be quicker, but there's a lot of things to cover. As you guys see, this is nothing easy at all to do. Okay, and I hope this video can explain some doubts and some food. I hope this can be some light out there. And yeah, let's keep working and let's keep looking for what we have and not for things that are not there. Okay, folks, thanks again for your time, thanks for your patience, and thanks for your support as well. I will see you guys soon. See ya.